Damn, we got knocked down. Tail whipped, he dodged at least that.
This one's mine.
This is why I like having a ranged character.
Countless eons have passed since our ancestors traveled to the Promised Land from the Land of Calamity. Eons still have they wandered, aimlessly and scattered. Only when Shershet, the last prophet, proclaimed the dragon's rule from atop the sacred mountain, had our purpose become unobscured, our destinies manifest. United by faith, great rulers of the past bounded petty kingdoms into the mighty Kudonian Empire, a new center of civilization and a launching point for many voyages of exploration and conquest. That is how the barbaric land, later dubbed Nova Drakonia, was discovered, and in it the magical Balta ore, the world's only source of pale iron, renowned for its unique strength and temper. A century later, Nova Drakonia has been crowned by the port city of Swordhaven, and at least partially tamed. But this land of mystery and danger yet calls to the adventurous souls from every corner of the known world. It is with one such adventurer that our tale begins.
Our tale begins. Welcome to Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. It is a CRPG, and we're going to get into it. So far, so good. I am intrigued. Can't get enough of these games. I'm glad a lot of them are starting to pop up in the indie sphere. I've noticed off the bat, it seems like this game favors controllers, which is a bit odd, being that this is a PC game. But heading into settings here, we got general. We left everything mostly at the default here. Graphics, mostly high or very high. I'm sure we can run this. Camera, default. Sound, I turn the music down just a tad. Controls, this is for a controller, which I do have, but I'm not going to use off the bat. We'll see if it functions with mouse and keyboard. But it says a lot that there are no mouse and keyboard prompts here. Additional stuff. And we have an auto pause. You can select the intervals you want that to happen. This is default. I just left it be. All right, let's jump into the game. We're going to do a new game. And we're going to play as a female. You can have male. You can have women. We're going to do female. So in Kudonian society, women are generally expected to be perceptive, reasonable, and prudent. The heck? Just disappeared. Every community and culture has their own ever-evolving idea of a female archetype. A set of expectations of how a real woman should act, speak, dress, and conduct herself. What the? Stop. It just goes away. There are, of course, outliers in the societal norms. And then we have the male here. Men are generally expected to be strong, bellicose, and valiant. All right. We're going with the woman, obviously. Name, you got Serpentia of Minthamian. How about we're gonna do Alalia. Alalia of Mirthamon. So we got 6. Let's go next, which is our background. So we can do noble, adventurer, or bandit. I'm gonna go adventurer. That looks pretty interesting. So, shortage of fortune seekers from all walks of life. Playing this night's errant. All right, we're gonna go with that. Attributes. We got 4 points to spend. We want dexterity. We're gonna go attention. I'm gonna go with intellect. We'll keep that. Next, skills. We got 20 skill points to work with. All right, this is what we're gonna go with as far as skills. Next, distinctions. We're not gonna pick it. We're not gonna pick any distinctions here. I don't like the pros. I mean the cons. Let's go ahead and get bullseye first. Now on to appearance. So what we got here? No, turn around. The mysterious figure. We could load our own portrait. Could we? Yeah, we could actually. But we're not gonna do that. Let's go with that portrait. And that'll do. Okay, yep. Normal difficulty. 3D camera. We're ready to start. But I want to go over back to appearance right quick in the portrait. Start. Didn't take as long with the character creator.
You board the ship bound for Nova Drakonia, captained by veteran sea dog Vergon III. Your destination is Swordhaven. Gulls shriek and squawk overhead as the salt wind caresses your brow. A new life, new adventures. Whatever awaits, you're ready to face it.
Nice. Those voiceovers. Love it. Let's find our cabin.
Cabin? Don't be ridiculous. You're led below deck into a dark and cramped space where sailors take their rest in various hammocks, bunks, and cots. Brimming with rats and other annoyances, this will be your home until the end of a long, tedious journey.
Oh, God. What should we do? Let's get to know the other passengers.
This is a merchant vessel, also Captain Vergon claims, so the passenger manifest is short. To be precise, there are 6, excluding yourself. Fiona, a young musician in search of adventure. Nostra, a fiery one-eyed warrior. Nicodemus, a renowned scholar. Jehema, a quick-witted southern sellsword. Gintar, a pious knight of the Empire. And finally, Zanfor, a kindly old man who mostly keeps to himself.
Fiona.
An adventurous bard from the faraway kingdom of Muir-Orm, Fiona de Quinlan, is planning to strike it big in Nova Draconia's capital, Swordhaven. The idea had been stewing in her head for a long while, and recently she acquired the means to pay for the long voyage.
Okay, how about Nicodemus?
Nicodemus Pinecone is a scholar from the land of Malvia.
Pinecone?
Since ancient times, the Malvian Peninsula has been the Empire's center of learning and home to the largest library in the land. It's no surprise, then, that Nicodemus is visiting Nova Drakonia to conduct scientific research, or so he claims.
Nostra.
You don't learn much about Nostra Urheim. She's reluctant to talk about herself, and enjoys hearing about other people's problems even less. The only thing you know for certain, maybe, is that she's from the southern prairies.
We get experience for each person we talk or try to talk to. So that's good. Let's do Jimahor.
Jimahor the Eel is a traveling sellsword from the faraway Kufadian archipelago. Gregarious and jovial, his speech is steeped in sentimentality and cynicism. It's hard to tell whether it's an affectation or his genuine nature.
And Gintar.
Gintar of Kuldinga is a knight from a landless noble family. He is deeply religious and often expresses his reverence for the divines, particularly the Empire's chief deity, the dragon. Gintar spends much of his time in meditation, and he claims he's traveling to Nova Drakonia solely for spiritual reasons.
Interesting. And last but not least, Zanfor.
Zanfor claims to be a low-ranking Imperial official, though he's well educated in subjects ranging from history to astronomy. When you've spent some time talking to the old man, he tells you you're full of untapped potential. Quite flattering.
That's what I like to hear.
The ship rocks gently upon the calm sea.
Let's explore the ship.
The ship is a large trade carrack, built for stability on heavy seas and big enough to carry a significant amount of cargo, along with provisions for extended voyages.
But that's not all, is it?
Below decks, you find an open crate full of chains and shackles, of a type made for human beings. It seems Captain Vergen is not only a simple merchant.
Is he a slaver? Let's ask about the chains.
Though reluctant at first, the captain eventually admits that he has a contract to transport prisoners from the mainland to the Balta ore mines in Nova Drakonia.
Deals with
However,
prisoners.
he insists the ill-fated wretches destined to work and die there are enemies of the crown, condemned for treason. With that, he presses his lips tight. There's no more to be learned on that topic. At least, not until you reach Swordhaven.
Read a book?
Stopping your ears to the hustle and bustle of the crew, the screams of seabirds, and the endless creaking of the ship, you lose yourself in the yellowed pages of an old tome you picked up on your way to the docks. It's a gripping tale of an ancient seafarer, and you read it to the end.
Is there anyone else to learn about?
Who do you wish to know more about?
No one.
The ship rocks
Let's go to
gently
sleep.
upon the calm sea.
Sleep time.
As the ship draws ever closer to your destination, you sometimes listen to the sailors' stories when they're off watch. They share all kinds of amusing anecdotes, from the commonplace to stories so outlandish they could only come from seafaring folk. Yet, whenever they speak of the weird comets above the Gulf of Swordhaven, or of warlocks practicing their craft in western Nova Drakonia, Zanfor's face darkens. It seems he takes these topics very seriously. In the meantime, you...
Mend the nets.
Mending nets requires patience and a steady hand, but you put in the effort and manage to learn the basics.
And let's go to sleep.
A few days later, the vessel finally enters the stormy sea. True to its name, the dark waves slam relentlessly against the stern, causing the vessel to roll in a nauseating rhythm. The air is thick with the smell of salt and ozone as its heralds, the grim Malamuks, replace the cheerful seagulls to glide in eerie silence beneath the laden sky.
Solace.
Many stories are shared in the relative comfort of the lower decks in the few days following. During one such gathering, a cabin boy, pale as death's maiden aunt, rushes down the companionway screaming between sudden peals of thunder, "There's a storm upon us!"
Oh my God, let's take a peek outside.
You are not alone. Several crewmen are rushing around on deck. The other passengers have also come up, some fearful, some amused by the capricious weather. Captain Bergen roars
Let me
out,
guess.
"You must be out of your blasted minds! Get back down that hatch before..." A flash of light and an ear-splitting boom cuts him short. The lightning bolt, the grandfather of all lightning bolts, strikes the main mast, leaving you blind and deaf.
I'm guessing this ship is not going to make it intact before we get to Swordhaven.
You give your head a shake. As your vision returns, you see other passengers still covering their ears, while the crew races to furl a burning sail. A section of the mast lies on the deck, just a few feet away. There's someone beneath it. You stagger towards the poor soul and discover it's Xanfor, an elderly fellow you had spoken to during the voyage. As if bewitched, you fall to your knees beside the dying man.
Oh no.
Xanfor fixes you with eyes watery from pain, and you lean closer to hear him over the storm. "Take this, my friend." A bloody cough erupts from him as he produces something from his jacket, a mysterious amulet on a silver chain. "Take it to Agranat the Enlightened in Swordhaven. I beg you. The fate of the world is at stake." Can it be true? How can the fate of the whole world depend on a cheap bit of jewelry?
We could ask for payment, but we're not going to do that. We'll do it.
Thank you. Xanfor's eyes roll back in his head, and his final breath escapes with a wheeze. You examine the amulet he gave you. It's a dark prism, within which a dim red light flickers. When you press your finger against one of its sides, the crimson glow seems to drift towards it, as if the object were alive and watching you.
Let's get up.
Still puzzled and disturbed by the urgency in the dying man's voice, you gingerly rise to your feet. The other passengers are all there, along with the captain, who surveys the destruction with an unreadable expression. "Take heed now, me hearties. 'Tis here we must bid each other farewell. This old ship's in bad shape, and the place I must go don't allow no passengers." You and the others exchange troubled glances. "Fear not. The shore's but a stone's throw away. We finally reached Nova Drakonia. Well, except for that poor fellow over yonder." He spares a glance for Xanfor's corpse. "The village is close by. Name of Clamreach. You can find shelter there after you land."
Hey, we paid you to take us all the way to Swordhaven.
Captain Vergen shrugs off your objections, insisting that the ship won't make it to the capital in its current state, and the place where he's now headed is forbidden to outsiders. It seems you have little choice. Nova Drakonia is reputed to be dangerous. You should arm yourself before stepping into the shore boat.
All right, I'll take the boat.
The thunderstorm ended as abruptly as it began. The sky once more blue and blank as a new slate. And as the sun begins its rise in the east, for the first time you see land ahead. Nova Drakonia. With a parting salute to the crew, you hop down into the boat where the rest of the passengers are already waiting, and take the oars in hand.
Land is close. I'm enjoying this so far. I did not expect all this to be voiced. Very impressive. All right, we landed. After a rough landing, you and your fellow passengers meet the dawn, gathering wood, kindling, and fire. All right. Nicodemus. I could stay a bit longer. You want to hire me? What do you think of this amulet? Okay, why'd you want to hire me? Why'd you come to Nova Drakonia? All right then. I agree to escort you. He's not gonna pay us up front, huh? Thanks, Master Pinecone. All right, let's take a peek inside.
It's locked.
But we have a lockpick. Okay, we don't have anything to cook. We could talk to the other peeps. She is not friendly. All right, she's gonna be traveling with them.
Fine, I'll do it.
What about you? All right, and you. Just talking to everyone before we leave. All right, he just
Okay.
wants money, which I don't blame him. guess there's nothing in the clam. I want to open this, and I don't know why I can't.
Locked.
And go down the beach. Oh, we got a pearl. Okay,
Fine,
that's.
I'll do it.
I still don't know why he's not following us. Just follow the path. How do you fight? Okay, whatever. I don't know how we're supposed to fight. Like, where's my... Do I have abilities? It's still silly. They don't tell you how to do things with the mouse and keyboard. All right. I have the controller in hand. So... What is this? Oh. Apparently I can attack now. Yeah, why can't I do that? Why can't I do that with the mouse? Like, I'm using the mouse here. Like. And then it doesn't work with the mouse, which is sad. This is the controller. This is the mouse. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Okay. I'm gonna load her up again. We're gonna use the controller. Get this battle scene in. And then we're gonna call it. So, let's strike.
Let the hunt begin.
Nice. We're gonna do it again. And he dodged, of course he did.
Keep dreaming.
Alright. We gotta end our turn. Damn, we got knocked down. Tail whipped, he dodged at least that.
This one's mine.
This is why I like having a ranged character. He dodged again. Good. He's distracted. This allows us to pummel this dude. One more could do it if he doesn't dodge. Of course he did. Our guy is up. He got the final blow. Nice. Very good. Let's loot him, shall we? So you got some arrows. Transfer. Whatever that is. It's hard to see. How do you know what they are? Oh, well. Copper arrows and what was that? Rock? Oh, it's meat. Yeah, we could probably cook that. All right, good stuff. We're gonna quick save that. And there we go. That has been Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. Very good, as I said. Good stuff. I just don't like that you have to use a controller to get anywhere. But fine. I just didn't think these types of games would work with a controller. But I guess it's the main thing. So I guess that's what we're going to use. But good stuff, though. Until next time.